Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Jai Shri Krishna. So for this video, we will be solving pattern number 18. So here we are given an integer n and we need to recreate the pattern given below for any value of n. And let's say n is equal to 5. So we need to recreate this right angle triangle wherein the value of n is exactly equals to the alphabet alphabet number. For example, if n is equal to 5, then the first letter of the triangle will be fifth alphabet, that is E. So what we can do is first we can create the outer loop. Okay, and here we can execute it till n times, that is less than n and I plus plus. So like here, now we need to figure out few things. The first thing is key. What we can do is, again we can create the inner loop. Okay, like once we create the inner loop, here int j is equals to 0, j is less than, because it is exactly running I times, it is running exactly less than or equals to I times, like whatever the row number is there is the column number. So we can execute it exactly that number of times. And here now we have to figure out few things. First thing is we have to print that letter which is exactly equals to 5. So the approach that I followed was, the approach that is striking to me right now is character ch equals to, what we can do is simply take the first letter of the alphabet and we can simply add n, because we want to reach till that number. So if we do a plus 5, for if we consider when n is equal to 5, so what we can do is a plus 5 will be f, but we need e, so we can simply minus 1 from it. So that way when n is equal to 5, we will be able to achieve our first letter, that is e. And after that, and also like we have placed it here inside outer loop, so it will be again reinitialized at every row. So for every row ch will be reinitialized with e, because that is what we want to print at the end. So after that, the next thing that we can do is to simply print ch. We can print ch, but here the thing is, every time ch will be printed, what we want is, we want to decrement this at each row. But at how many positions, like how many positions we need to decrement? So we can decrement ch by I times. Like if we figure out, here I is equals to 0, here at the second row I is equals to 1, and we can notice this pattern key, that alphabet is being reduced by I times. If I is equal to 1, then e is reduced by 1 time. At here in the second position, what we can figure out is, if he like at the third row I is equal to 2, e is reduced by 2 times, and the row is beginning by c d e. So simply we can reduce ch by I times. That way we will be able to start the row by the desired or required alphabet. And here, when n is equal to 5 and when I is equals to 0, then the first letter will be e. Okay, like when n is equals to 5 and when I is equals to 0, then the like the value of ch will be e. And here at the second row, the value of ch will be, again it will be reduced, like again it is like e minus 0, then it will hold e only, like the ch will contain e value. And in the inner loop, what we can do is simply we can print the space along with the value because we need spaces. And after that, what we can do is, after the completion of the inner loop, we can again, now here the thing is कि if e is there, it will continuously print e. Like for example, if when we are in the second row, then the loop will be iterated two times but with the same value, like e. Here in, like for example, if we see I is equals to 0 in the second iteration, okay, if I like say you the breakdown, when for first iteration I is equals to 0, we can see that ch is holding e. But when and like when we execute the second step, then again it will be e only because e minus I, that is 0, is e only, e itself. But when it goes into the inner loop, it will print e. And but for the second iteration, we want to print D and then E. So, like here, it will be decremented to D. Like here, it will be reinitialized at this step. CH will be reinitialized to E. But in the line number 7, it will be decremented to D and it will print D two times. So, for that, we need to increment it by 1. Okay. So, that way it will print D and E and then it will come out of the loop. And once it is out of the loop, our task is to simply print it in the next line. Okay, so that way we will be able to print the desired result. Okay, and we can check if it is running as expected. Yes, it is running as expected. So like once again we can debug this code for I equals to 0. When I is 0, like for the first iteration, ch will be e because a plus 5 minus 1 will be e, where n is equals to 5. This is for the debugging step for n is equals to 5. And in the inner loop, like when j is equal to 0, like ch is printed and then ch increments to 1, then it will be f. But again, at this stage, like at line number 6, again it will be reinitialized to e, so that f will be overwritten by e. And like again I will be incremented and I will be 1 at this step. What we can do is ch will be again reinitialized to e and then it will be decremented by I times. So as it will be decremented by I times, then ch will be holding d. And when the inner loop will be executed two times, like 0 to 1, and then ch is printed and then ch will be incremented by 1 at this step, and then it will print D and E, and then again it will be incremented to F. But again this line number 6 will be uh, overriding the value as E, because we are again reinitializing it to E at every iteration. At every iteration it will be reinitialized to E, and so on and so forth. It will go till I is equals to 2 3, until I is less than n. So for our case it will be executed from 0 to 4. And then at this stage, this step is again for reinitialization. We can, for simplicity, we can mention this as this step is used for reinitialization. At every step, ch will be reinitialized to expected with alpha, with expected, we can say that, with expected alphabet. Okay, so that way we will be able to at least start the inner loop with that alphabet, and then we can decrement at this step. you know we can decrement we can decrement ch by I times, because we notice the pattern like it is being getting reduced by I times. So that way, we will be able to at least start printing with the starting alphabet that is required. And here we are simply printing the starting alphabet, and then we are incrementing the alphabet in sequential, in linear fashion. And then here we are simply printing inline for uh, printing the upcoming alphabets in the next row. So yeah, that's it for this video. See ya in the next one. Until then, keep smiling, keep coding, keep exploring. Toodles.